My name is Haley Flaro. I'm the executive director of Ability New Brunswick. We're a provincial nonprofit working with those with a mobility disability. That is really critical to organization because we're a community development organization and we love to come from a place of not knowing. So we're constantly researching, evaluating, and looking at data to help develop our programs, the policy work we do with municipalities, provincial governments, federal governments. And to also improve our organizational performance as an organization to make sure our services are effective, that they align with our mission, that they're achieving real results. So important as part of any culture shift to have really open discussions and show the linkages between data and the outcomes we want to achieve individually for ourselves, but collectively as an organization. And I often talk about, data and dominoes, that there's a domino effect to, everything we do. The better our services are, the more people we serve, we can grow our programs, we can make communities stronger, and we can retain the talent we have in the organization, right? And unless all those dominoes are lining up, then if they're not lining up, then we're finding ourselves very vulnerable. Maybe we're not serving people well. Maybe we're not engaging communities enough, and and we're not retaining our talent in our organization, and we're not growing to evolve to needs. So it's just so critical. So our data management systems and our performance management structure and all of our evaluation plans and instruments, they've ultimately helped us obviously to improve our service delivery year over year. We look at, what the data is showing us, what we're doing well, what we need to do better, and we develop a plan to address that. And it might involve policy changes, it might involve recruiting more people, it might involve expanding a program, it may involve putting a program on the shelf that has run its course and just is not the best strategic investment anymore for our population. So it really helps us shape that. It helps shape our vision, our long-term vision. It helps shape our strategic plan. Our strategic plan is really based on the evidence and research that we engage in over the year to help us focus on where we want to go as an organization, and most importantly, what our service participants are telling us where we need to go. And it's resulted in some really innovative programs over time, such as our Transition MB program, where young people were telling us that they really needed a personal guide, a planner that understood youth with a mobility disability. Not that we didn't, but we were working with individuals from 2 to 108. See, we weren't really gaining a specialty with any of our staff with that population. So it resulted in our Transition MB program, which is having huge success in helping youth with mobility disability avoid unnecessary reliance on social assistance, or avoid staying in high school for additional years when they don't need to, and really focus on good planning to go to post-secondary education, training, and jobs. Our data management, our evaluation mechanisms, and our constant continuous learning and feedback loops have just been so critical in our policy work with government. We've successfully seen a lot of positive policy changes as a result of us, gathering evidence, looking at best and promising practices, and making recommendations to government. We really believe that every nonprofit should be focusing not only on service delivery, but on public policy development, or else you're spinning your wheels. So our data has really helped drive our internal service delivery because we want excellence in service delivery, but it's really helped us make some critical policy changes over time with government. For example, we've helped make changes to social assistance reform. We helped realize the disability support program, which is a really flexible disability program to help people get the supports assets they need to live as independently as possible. It helped us to develop the New Brunswick barrier-free regulation for new developments and new, new permits that need to meet a certain criteria for accessibility in the province. Helped us provide input into the inclusive education policy because that policy was really missing. Well, there was no policy, and there was no focus in our school system on physical environments and how important that is to ensuring young people with a mobility disability are included and engaged. So we really work to look at our research and data management to help inform our policy work, and help us, lead us to the research that helps us recommend promising practices to our province and our federal governments and our municipal governments. My advice is that get your collectives together. So we worked with groups throughout Canada that had, similar emissions and mandates to invest in a data management system, which really has been state of the art. It's a custom system. I know we all would love to have something we could buy off the shelf, but it was really the first of its kind in really being able to track progress on determinants of health goals. In New Brunswick, I have also brought together our New Brunswick Disability Executives Network, and some of them are signing on to the Riddle platform. So we can look as a sector of tracking performance in the disability sector. I would love to see sport and recreation organizations use that to track performance and outcomes, everything related to HR, to events, to participation in sport for women and girls, and all kinds of indicators. So I really believe that getting together as a collective to look at like-minded data goals and sharing investment in the development of tools is so important. But if you're truly dedicated to your mission and you want movement, you want to see your organization grow or excel in service or really make policy changes, having strong data management systems and evaluation systems are just so critical. Our organization would be very small, very flat, and have only a tenth of the impact we have now. And I'm not saying we have the impact that's our vision yet. We have a long way we want to go, and our data management is helping us get there. Is to share your tools. You don't have to reinvent the wheels. It doesn't have to be complicated either. I'm always happy to share our board engagement survey model, our staff engagement survey model, our service participant, survey model that evaluates not only satisfaction with our services, but it takes a really critical look at what we need to do better and what policy issues our population wants us to focus on. Always happy to share what our data management system looks like so people can see what they might like, what they'd want to do differently. I really think that as nonprofits, there's things that we struggle sharing in terms of competition for funding, for example, and funding sources, but evaluation data management should something and data management tools are something we should share all day, every day.